Hello, Miss Marcella. My name's Maria, and I'll be helping you today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hello, Maria. You could just call me Emily. I'm 20 years old and I'm a sophomore at SUNY Oneonta.
Nice. I went there actually a long time ago when I was studying dietetics. Oneonta is a great school. What are you studying there?
I'm majoring in psychology.
Sounds great. Do you know what you want to do with that yet?
I would love to become a social worker. I really want to be able to help people in poor living conditions to reach a better life. I know it's a lot of hard work, but I would really like to make a difference in those people's lives.
Sounds great. I'm sure you'll become a great social worker one day. So what has brought you in here today?
I've recently been diagnosed with celiac disease.
Okay, do you know what celiac disease is or what gluten is?
Yes, I did some research online about what foods might contain gluten. I also know that gluten is wheat, rye, barley, and sometimes oats. I know that it's not all oats, but sometimes they might have gluten in them because they're usually manufactured in a facility that could have wheat in it.
Great. It really seems like you know your stuff. And do you think you could tell me between the numbers 1 and 10 what you would say how important celiac, living a gluten-free lifestyle is for you?
I'd say it would be about an 8.
Okay, you said you think it would be about an 8. Why did you pick such a high number?
I picked 8 because when I do eat gluten, my stomach gets really upset, I get hives, and overall I just don't feel good at all. I feel that having a gluten-free lifestyle can help me with all these symptoms.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you think you could run through a typical day's food intake for yourself?
Sure. I usually have a mushroom and cheese omelet for breakfast. Then for lunch, I'll have a turkey sandwich on gluten-free bread with some potato chips on the side. I'll have an afternoon snack of either an apple or a banana. And for dinner, I will usually have some gluten-free pasta with marinara sauce. But if the dining hall doesn't have gluten-free pasta, sometimes I cheat and I just go for the regular pasta.
Okay, well, I still think it's great that you're trying to have the gluten-free pasta, though sometimes you do have the regular kind. Is it hard for you to get gluten-free items in the dining hall?
Yeah, a lot of the time they'll run out of gluten-free food because they think that no one actually eats it.
Okay. Maybe you could go and talk to the staff there and make sure that they always have gluten-free items available because you actually do eat it and you need it. This should be able to help you in actually eating gluten-free all the time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll definitely do that when I go back to school.
Great. Does anyone else in your family have celiac disease?
Yes, my mother was just recently diagnosed with celiac disease as well.
Okay, and how's she do with following the diet?
She isn't very good at it. She ignores that she has it and then says that she doesn't care about it.
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I don't have a good support system and that I'm going through this all alone. It's really hard when I'm trying to eat gluten-free, but she's not trying at all.
Okay, and so what I'm hearing you say is that you don't have a good support system from your mother. Does your father support you at all?
Yeah, he's actually wonderful. He will help me by reading labels on foods to see if they contain gluten, and then when he cooks dinner, he's really good at trying to avoid gluten foods.
Good. I would definitely go to him then for the support you need, especially when you find that you're having a difficult time following the gluten-free diet. Do you think there's any other barriers that are preventing you from eating a solely gluten-free diet?
I find it really difficult to eat out, whether it be at a restaurant or when I go out with friends. I always feel like I can never eat anything, and if I do, I always end up getting sick afterwards.
Okay. What do you think is causing you to feel sick when you're going out?
Well, sometimes I accidentally order things and will forget they might have gluten in them. Like, I'll order a salad, but I'll forget to ask for no croutons on it, and then I end up just picking them out in the end. Maybe this might be causing it.
Yeah, that definitely could be causing it. It might be beneficial for you to actually look at more toppings that are on certain foods because a lot of them do have gluten on them when you don't know about it. Also, I would look at certain restaurants because a lot of them are a lot better at being gluten-free than others. Doing research will definitely help with that, but some of the ones that I know off the top of my head are like Outback Steakhouse, Applebee's, Five Guys. And so you also said you had problems sticking with a gluten-free diet when you're out with your friends.
Yes, it's difficult when I can't eat anything if we go out to certain places like movies or amusement parks. I feel really secluded sometimes because my friends are eating all this food and I can't have any of it.
Okay. How do you think you could overcome this? What do you think you could do to prevent you from feeling this way when you're with your friends?
Well, maybe I could pack my own food and bring it with me.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Bringing your own food will ensure that you have a snack to eat wherever you are and that's safe for you to eat. It might also be great if you put granola bars or like little snacks that are gluten free in your purse or car so that way it's always with you.
Yeah, those are some good ideas. In the future, I'll try to make sure that I always have a snack on me so I don't feel so secluded when I go out with my friends.
Great. So, Emily, what are some goals pertaining to your diet do you want to set up that I can help you with?
Ultimately, I would like to be 100% gluten free because it definitely makes me feel better physically and mentally.
Okay, that's a great long-term goal. In order to get to that point, what are some short-term goals that you think we could set up for you?
Maybe I could start by trying to eliminate all foods that contain gluten from my house. It's really hard when I see snacks and foods that I can't eat. It really tempts me into wanting to eat it even though I know I shouldn't.
Good. This is a great short-term goal for you, and I think it'd be really beneficial if you got your parents to help you out with this by speaking with your mom and dad about what foods contain gluten and what foods don't contain gluten. That way, when they go shopping, they can look for certain things that you can eat. It would also be helpful if you go with them. That way, you can physically pick it out and make sure that in your household you don't have anything with gluten.
Yeah, I'll definitely get my parents involved with shopping gluten free.
Great. Did I help you today with your questions about your new diagnosis of celiac disease? Do you think that I actually helped you today?
Yes, you helped me a lot. Now I have a few things I can work on in order to help myself feel better and start eating a gluten free diet.
Great. So for our next appointment, we'll go over how our goals went and see if they actually helped you feel better overall. Do you remember what those goals that we set up are?
Yes, I will work on trying to keep gluten free foods with me at all times when I'm out of the house, and I'll try to eliminate all foods with gluten from my house. I will also include my parents in this so that it will be easier to eat gluten free while I'm actually in my house.
Great. I can't wait to see how you progress, and I will see you next week.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, see you. Goodbye.